girl. Huh? Okay. Hi everyone, it's Adyel here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing an Ask Adyel and it has been quite a while since I last did my last Ask Adyel. I can't remember if I did one since moving to LA. I know for an absolute fact I did one before I moved, but honestly I'm not even really sure. But all I know is it's been way too long. It's been probably like 6 months, I'd say. And yes, I've talked a lot about my life in Chit Chat Get Ready With Me's and stuff like that. I'm always trying to update you guys, and I do vlog. I will have my vlog channel linked if you're unaware of it or you're not already subscribed. So if you want to keep more up to date on my life as it's happening, definitely be sure to subscribe to me on that channel for a lot of exclusive things, and also my social media accounts. Before we get started, I want to take a quick thank you to everyone that asked me a question on my Instagram and Twitter today. I'm so excited. I saw a few of them and I'm excited to be answering today and also featuring some of you guys. So if you don't follow me on my socials, like I was saying, be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat to stay in the loop, whether it's outfit posts, makeup posts, just a lot of exclusive posts that you don't normally see on my YouTube, or you want sneak peeks and insights to when I'm doing cool things like this, then definitely be sure to just follow me on all my socials. They are all at Adyel Jorgensen right there, but my Snapchat is Adyel_XO, even though Snapchat is a little dead right now. But anyways, before we get started, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and also whether it's now or later, be sure to leave me a comment before you exit this video. I love reading all your comments, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, be sure to do so. I post every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. It is such a fun time around here, and I would absolutely love it if you stuck around. So anyways, so without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to start with my Twitter questions, and by the way, I hope you guys like the little look I got going on today. Stay tuned for my outfit of the week, and again on my Instagram to see the full ensemble. And by the way, ignore my nails on this hand. Okay, let's see. The first question was asked by Angela Gutierrez, and she asked, do you ever get homesick? By the way, love you, girl. I love you too. Honestly, it's gonna sound really bad saying this, but no. If you guys have kept up with me, you would know like how I was doing when I first moved out here. But I've been out here for 7 months now almost. That sounds so weird saying out loud. Wow. And I did go home 3 times in my first 6 months, and I'm not going back home for a while, honestly. I do get homesick in terms of the people that are there. By no means do I mean like I don't miss my family or friends back home. That's the one thing I do miss, as well as the New York pizza and bagels. But other than that, I love Los Angeles. It's why I moved here. It's the best decision that I've ever made, and there's a reason I moved across the country. I do miss my room sometimes, but now I feel like this is my room, like this is my home, my apartment. So Alexis Lee 3 asked, what grade did you start applying for colleges? So fun fact, I only applied to FITM and only FITM. It was my one and only pick, and thankfully I got accepted. But I applied as a junior. I did their junior acceptance program, and I got accepted the summer before my senior year, so that was really great. At the Groovy Jade, or Jade Trowers, asked, how do you stay so confident? I struggle constantly with my insecurities no matter how hard I try to overcome them. Also, I love you in all your videos. I love you too, babe, and you're absolutely stunning. This video would be forever if I really talked about this, but I did a whole girl talk Get Ready With Me on confidence and building confidence, and how I stay confident, it's all a practice. It's all building yourself up to a point, and eventually you get to a point where it just kind of stays. And don't get me wrong, I have my down days. We all have our insecure days where we don't feel as poppin' as the rest of them, but you honestly just have to get ready and force yourself to feel poppin' anyway. It's all kind of like a mental thing. You always have to, even if you don't feel poppin', you have to tell yourself you're poppin', and that's kind of how you stay confident. Mariah asked, when are you coming to Houston again? It's been so many years. It has, and I want to go back soon to visit my baby cousins. I'm not sure when, but I hope within the next 5 years. And she also asked, how do you balance YouTube and homework while in college? You make it look so easy. P.S. I love you. I love you too. So the way I balance school and YouTube in college, I am very grateful for the way my college system works and how it's laid out. So I condensed my entire schedule of classes into 2 days. So I have 2 out of 7 days a week that I'm going to college and that I'm doing my work. And I try and do, honestly, all my work and homework in those 2 days as well. So honestly, although it might be more work at times than high school, or like tedious and a lot at times and overwhelming, it's not as bad, because high school I had to go 5 times a week. I was forced up at 7 a.m. every morning, which is not cute, and I would be forced to sit there for 6 hours a day. I get home, I'm tired as hell. You have homework every single day. Teachers would assign things, you know, it's just like all jumbled and crazy. And then I never have time to film, so it's really easy in college, honestly. I just have those 2 days, and then I have 5 days to do whatever the hell I want. Tay, or at Tay_is_lit, asks, how did you know it was time to walk away from a relationship you knew you couldn't save? I wanted to answer this one. I kind of wanted to stray away from questions specifically about the breakup and about that situation, just because this isn't what this Q&A is about by any means. I thought this question was a good one that could help people, and I want to put this out there whenever I'm sharing experiences, whenever I'm tweeting, whenever I'm doing any of that sort of stuff. The video I made, if I make any videos in the future or I talk about any scenarios in the future, the only time I'm going to bring them up is if I know that in some way, shape, or form it's going to help somebody else. So I just want to get that straight, even though I know you guys know that. Just for the few people that might not know that, or might think like I'm being shady or petty or bitter or anything, like literally I went through what I went through, and now it's time to help people, and I'm healing, and it's time to help other people heal and get through whatever they're going through. So anyways, so how did I know? You guys know I was in a relationship for 5 years. If I'm being quite honest with you, I knew from the very beginning that I should have let go. I always had that thought in the back of my mind that it wasn't healthy, that it wasn't right, and that I wasn't being treated the way that I deserve, and I wasn't getting back what I was being put in. But I never had the confidence, I never had the strength, and I stayed for 5 years, and it's not easy, but the way that I knew that it was finally time, I highly think my moving away, it showed me that I'm not dependent on anyone. I've always been an independent person, but when you're in a toxic relationship with a toxic person, you begin to think that you're nothing, and that you are, like, that person is your life, and you need them, and you need their validation on everything. And if they don't make you feel pretty, then you're not pretty. If they make you feel this, then you are that, you know? So it puts you in that cycle. So although I've always been a confident person with high self-esteem and independent, a lot of those traits were buried when I was in that relationship. And that's why a lot of you guys are commenting you see my true personality coming out. I'm not gonna continue going too much into it, but moving away, I think, really opened my eyes to the situation and gave me the strength, gave me the confidence. And there's only so much a person can take. I think there's a lot of people out there, I don't know, maybe if they were in my situation it would be different, but tell me like they would have left like a long time ago. And I don't know, maybe it was the fact I was young, I was in the same town, I was bullied in high school, and I didn't want to let go. But moving away and being by myself and having that be still my world while I was out here, I moved away to focus on myself, and seeing me accomplish nothing because I was worried about someone who wasn't worried about me really woke me up. And you get to a level where you're like, okay, I cannot take this anymore. Like, everyone has their breaking point, and it took me a very long time to reach it, but I'm very glad I did. So I don't know if I would have had the strength if I didn't move, honestly. And to those of you who are watching, I know it's hard to accept that maybe you can't save a situation or a person or a relationship, but stay strong, trust your gut and intuition, and do what you think is best for you always. Roxy at RoxyDoll21 asks, which makeup look has been your favorite to create and film? Love you, girl. Love you too. I think my rainbow cut crease makeup tutorial, or my rhinestone makeup tutorial, a lot of the tutorials I did last year, I've been falling off the makeup bandwagon lately. I've been more fashion oriented and not really doing a lot of makeup videos and makeup looks, just for a bunch of different reasons. One being time. I always wait for the last minute for everything, so then I'm running late and I don't have time. Two, they weren't doing good, so it kind of discouraged me to stop. Those are the main reasons. So I really want to get back on it, but a lot of those makeup looks that I did last year, and also my sunset makeup look, oh my god, I'll have my playlist of makeup tutorials linked. Katie Rodriguez asked, what is the hardest thing about becoming an adult for you? By the way, love you so much. Love you too. I think the hardest thing, probably just realizing how expensive everything actually is and how much money you actually have to have saved. It's very hard to start saving, especially when I'm living in a state like California, so that's probably the hardest thing so far. Trinity Jorge asks, what are the most valuable lessons you have learned and why do you find them to be so valuable? P.S. Love you, queen, and I hope all is well. Thank you so much. I love you too. Mwah. Most valuable lessons I've learned. So one, you will live just perfectly damn fine without the person that you think you can't live without. Two, stop overthinking, stop entertaining BS. Loving yourself and just focusing on your grind, focusing on what you want to do and not caring about anyone else. And if someone gets in your way, being able to say, okay, like, move out of my way, like, I don't have time for this, I don't have time to address this, like, this is stupid, this is petty. Like, I think the most valuable lesson I've learned just growing up is that not everything deserves a reaction. Just to let things go, not hinder so much, not harbor negativity. Honestly, it's just changed my entire lifestyle, and I can't wait to do more Girl Talk Get Ready with me's and delve deeper into topics like this because I've learned so many valuable lessons, but those are just a few. And the last Twitter question I'm going to answer before moving on to Instagram is from Mia Garcia. She asks, do you see yourself having a future in California, or is there some other place you want to pursue your dreams at? Definitely, I don't see myself anywhere else but California at this time in my life. In the future, I think, honestly, I would stay in California as well. I just think it's overall the best place for me, my dreams, my career, my goals. I love it. Whether that's LA or it's San Diego, which I recently visited twice and I'm in love with, and I'm gonna go back very soon. So stay tuned on my socials, my San Diego babes, because I'm gonna let you know when I'm going. So maybe we can meet. I'm not really sure, but I truly love this state so much, and we'll see where life takes me. Instagram, when you see Bae liked your pic, okay. Tabitha Perchaska asks, what is one of your guilty pleasures? Love you so much. Guilty pleasure. I have a lot of pleasures, but I don't know if they're like guilty. Maybe my craving for sugar. I guess that's a guilty pleasure because it's unhealthy for you, it's a fact. So I would say just my immense love for sugary, unhealthy food and snacking when bored, even though like it doesn't actually affect like the way I look, because luckily I have a very high fast metabolism, but I know that it's actually not healthy within, you know. Allison_Teresa_ asks, what has been your favorite thing you've done so far in LA? Oh my god, I can't even think of one. You said LA, so I was about to say going to Sunset Cliffs in San Diego was one of them, but that's not LA. So LA, I love going to events and parties in the hills and I have been loving going clubbing. Just everything in LA, whether it's eating, I feel like I'm happy everywhere here and everything's fun. Whether I'm just going and taking pictures on the street, whether I'm going to eat, whether I'm meeting up with friends, like just I love it here so much that literally everything's fun. Patricia23 asks, how do you constantly motivate yourself to get up every day and do yourself up, your makeup and hair? Good question, girl, because lately I've been like letting you know on social media like how much I've changed and how lately like I've literally been getting up every day, doing my hair, doing my makeup. Not so much this past week for finals week because I need a little break. But what motivates me is just being on my grind. First of all, I feel confident. When I look good, I feel good. It's a stress reliever. It's kind of like therapy, getting ready. I love it. And I always am getting something out of it, whether I'm getting ready to film. Even when I go to class, like a lot of people say like it's just class, like why do you dress up for class, like that's so blah blah blah, but I just love it. Like I like to feel good, and I'm always making content. That's the thing about being an influencer, like always room for content. That's why even when I'm going out, like when I lived back on Long Island, like I would not wear makeup going out half the time because the weather, everything. But LA, seriously, you never know when there's a photo opportunity, when there's a content opportunity. And also, like, I feel like I always have to look presentable because you never know who you're gonna run into. I've run into so many people on the streets that I work with, that I've collaborated with, that have connected me. So I would say like those kind of things motivate me, and just at the end of the day, I love getting ready, so that's what kind of motivates me. And I don't know, my mindset is just so more refreshed, and I really truly have been loving life. So I kind of like, I don't want to sit in bed all day anymore, you know, unless I'm like exhausted from finals like I was last week. But yeah, Katie.OE asked a question I already answered about maintaining confidence, but she said, "You're so inspiring and I love you so much. You're my idol for sure." Oh, thank you so much, I love you. And she asked, how has moving to LA impacted and changed your life? In so many damn ways. Like, as I've already mentioned, opportunities, my mindset, my growth, my work ethic. I mean, I got out of a 5-year toxic relationship. Like, it has changed my entire life in such an amazing, positive way. Jessica Cabrera asked, how do you be positive all the time? And I want to do like a Girl Talk Get Ready with me all on positivity and productivity. But to make it short, again, it's another training aspect. Just like confidence, it's a training, it's a mind thing. Humans, we automatically go to be negative. We're always like, oh, this sucks, like blah, blah, blah. Like, that's the natural thing to do. But what you have to do is train your mind to find the positives, twist your mindset, and it's all a practice. So stay tuned, girl. Satisfying with a bunch of G's asked, do you ever feel scared living alone in LA? I would get scared at every noise I hear. Honestly, I don't. Again, like I said, I was just raised very independent, and I'm not like a paranoid person. I'm never like, oh my god, what's that noise? And I know I live with other people, you know. I don't ever think like, oh no, someone's gonna come like in my room in the middle of the night. I don't know. And like, I used to be a little bit more paranoid than I am, but I think moving alone and like just seeing that I had the confidence and the guts to do that alone, and seeing how independent I am, like I never really feel fearful at any time. Dalen_Luna asked, out of all your years of YouTube, what has changed about your self-confidence and mental state? And I like this question. So honestly, like you guys know, I've been doing YouTube since I was 8 years old. So without YouTube, I don't think I would be as strong and confident as I am. From such a young age, I got taught how to ignore hate, how to carry myself, how to be positive, how to be confident, and there's been struggles along the way, but I think YouTube has really always grounded me and made me humble and given me like a passion and like a sense of worth. So yeah, over the years, like it's just gotten stronger and stronger. Justine asked, LA food or New York food? Girl, LA food hands down. It is fresher, I think, because a lot of things are grown here in California. Everything is so fresh. Oh, people just, I mean, don't get me wrong, pizza, no. Certain things, New York does it better. But oh, the authentic Mexican, you cannot find authentic Mexican anywhere in New York. Anywhere. And if you do, it does not come anywhere close to Los Angeles. Oh my god, guys, I had the best tacos yet that I've had in California and San Diego. It was Tacos LG. The chef, I'm not sure if it's the chefs or the owners or what, but they're literally from Tijuana, Mexico, or Mexico. But I was so shook. My parents and brother are coming to stay with me, and we're gonna take a trip down to San Diego, and I'm taking them there. Hannah_Suarez asked, if you were a fruit, what kind of fruit would you be? I feel like my favorite fruits at the moment have been raspberries and blackberries, but if I was a fruit, maybe a pineapple. That's the first thing that came to my head, so I'm just gonna go with it. I don't have an explanation for it, but that's what I'm gonna go with. Aw, Mia.Sarah asked, how are you feeling? Why is that so cute? I'm feeling great, thank you. Hijabi_22 asked, how did you overcome your depression a couple months ago? So this is one of those questions when, like, right when I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm answering that. So I always don't really like saying like I was in a depression, because I don't think by any means I was I don't know, because it's like I was in a depression from other factors and other influences on me, to where like I knew on my own I was good, but certain things put me in a depression. I would say that I had a lot of anxiety. So like I've touched on a lot of my channel already, when I first moved to LA, I was missing people like crazy, and I just like wanted to go home, and I really missed people, and I had no friends out here. I didn't know anyone out here. But like I was unable to really say in my 2017 reflection video, because I didn't yet wasn't ready to mention it yet. The main reason for like my depression and anxiety was the relationship that I was in. That relationship and the things going on in that relationship were the reason and the cause for me to be in bed all day for days straight, where I'd be like too anxious to even eat. And I don't mean like eat at all, I just meant like certain days I would be like so sick to my stomach with anxiety and just disgust and just crying. Like I would just be in bed literally all day, 24 hours, like, and I wouldn't get up to eat like at all in those 24 hours, or drink or anything, like stuff like that. But it was never like intentional. I just like literally was not thinking about eating. I feel like that sounds so weird, because by all means I do not have an eating disorder whatsoever. I feel like that happens to everyone in life sometimes. Girl, you know I love to eat. I'm such a foodie, so please do not get the wrong impression by like what I'm trying to explain and describe. But yeah, I would have like intense anxiety, overthinking. It was bad. It brought out the worst sides of myself that I've ever seen, and not like negative on myself, but just like the worst states that I've ever been in. It's brought out, which is really sad. And this ties into how I realized, and like to have your best friend be the cause of it, and to not care and to not help. Yeah, I was pretty rough. I was in a really rough patch. And I didn't have any friends out here. I didn't have the support of my family back home. I didn't have my friends back home to hang out with, so I was pretty much alone, and like I would just sit in bed for a lot of it. And I would go to school. Like some days I would go to events. If I had an event, I would barely film unless I like had an event or I was going somewhere that I needed to get ready for. But yeah, it was bad. And I was reaching my breaking point. How I got out of it was leaving the toxic situation and relationship that I was in. That's why I don't like to say like I was in a depression or I was depressed, because my mental health is very strong. Like, and I know that from being on my own. Like, I have some strong mental health. I think very highly of myself and my career. I truly have a lot of self-love, and like, I'm sorry if that sounds like conceited or anything. It doesn't mean to whatsoever, but I'm proud of that. And I don't like to say that I was necessarily like in a depression because it was caused by like, I guess I was technically, but it like, there was a correlation, you know? So I don't like to say that I was, I don't know. I answered the question. I feel like I'm getting a little like tongue-tied now, so I feel like I should probably move on. But yeah. Mia Sarah asked, what amusement park in California have you not been to yet but want to go to? Well, she's the same girl that asked how I am. So the only amusement park that I've been to in California is Disneyland, and I've been to Universal City Walk, but not Universal. And fun fact, I do not like roller coasters. It depends like who I go with. That's the thing, because like I'll go on them. It just all depends on the situation and like how I'm feeling that day, and if I have like someone to hold on to and like someone that's comforting. But I do want to go to Universal, and that's about it. Because like I think about California Adventure, I do want to go to Disney more. But when I think about like California Adventure, Six Flags and stuff like that, I just feel like there's not really a point, because I don't like majority of the rides. So yeah. Alright, so I'm just gonna pick a few more. The first one, Glow Shotty asked, how did you convince your parents to allow you to move out to another state? So it wasn't so much a discussion of allowing, because it was my decision for college, which is my life and my future. And it was also a fact that I am legally an adult, so it's not really like allowing, you know? And my parents knew from the get-go I wanted to come to California. I was raised super independent by my parents, so there was a discussion obviously, and not like they were jumping for joy, but I mean they wanted what's best for me and what made me happiest. So Destiny Coleman asked, how do you handle heartbreak? So I'm actually going to do an entire girl talk, get ready with me on this, but what I can give for you right now, like as a little sneak peek, I feel like I kept doing that in this video, but as a little sneak peek for that video, put all the energy that you once put into that person and the relationship into yourself and just watch your life flourish. Like honestly, I can't wait for that girl talk, get ready with me. Actually, should be coming soon. And the last question I'm gonna answer is from Nor_XOXO5. She asked, dating status and how do you feel about relationships? So I am single, you guys know. I'm not opposed to dating, and before like anyone jumps at me like, oh my god, you just got out of a relationship, it's only been a few months, girl, that was toxic as hell for years. I was not given the love I deserved for years. I begged for that for years. I wanted it for years. The last 6 months of it were like, I don't even want to talk about it. So therefore that is the reason why I think I'm handling it so well, and that I'm so like not moved on, but like I wouldn't be opposed to it because I've already been over it for so long, you know. But dating, not as in like a relationship by any means, but I'm open to meeting new people. Wow, I really share my entire life on the internet. My thing is, I'm focused on myself. I'm focused on my grind. I'm not focused on trying to find someone or trying to date. My thing is I'm open to it, meaning if someone were to come into my life and just pop in and want to take me on a date, I'd be like, sure, you know. I'm all about having fun and experiencing life right now. If someone comes along, they come along. If nobody comes along, I'm perfectly fine with that. I have not been single forever, and single me is fun as hell. And I'm really getting to know and love myself, and I'm perfectly content with that. I do not crave anyone at all, which is so weird to me because I was so dependent on someone, so it's like, whoa, like. But yeah, have I met guys? Yeah. Am I seriously seeing anyone? No. But I'm down to hanging out and having fun, and no, that does not mean sexual. That is completely opposite of me, actually. No. That I do not do freely. But I am a little bit of a flirt, not gonna lie. Like, I just take it as I meet someone, but do I feel like I want a relationship, an actual relationship anytime soon? No. But literally, who knows what can happen in 6 months? Who knows what can happen in a year? Who knows? That's literally how I'm just going through life right now. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever feels right, feels right. And that's my view on it. And yeah, I can't wait to, you guys are my best friends, so I can't wait to like take you on the journey. But I will say, to conclude this Q&A and to wrap up that question, whenever it comes a time where something serious does happen, you guys will probably not know for a very long time, and that will be a very sticky situation when I get to that point. But yeah, so just know, if you guys ever know about a future partner of mine, or see a future partner of mine, or I announce anything in the future, know that I'm serious about that person. And let me just say also, follow me on Twitter for more like relationships kind of stuff. But literally, whoever I decide is worthy enough to settle down with better be my damn husband. I'm sorry, I'm not going through this again. No. I'm never gonna stay in something ever again. Like, first red flag, you're out the door. But I'm never trying to go through like this heartbreak and waste any of my time and years and attention and deserving love. So I will say that. So yeah, that will be a tricky situation that I don't want to think about right now, and I will deal with when that time comes. But I feel like that was a good way to end this Q&A, a little juicier. I wanted you guys to ask more juicy questions. So speaking of juicy, my lip gloss is like totally off, and like while I was answering questions, I wanted to apply it so bad, but I was like, you know what, whatever. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you all for your questions. I only gave you guys about 3 hours to ask stuff, and I'm really happy with the questions that I did get in those 3 hours. I love you all so much, and I cannot wait to see you guys in my next video. And yeah, see you then. Bye everyone.